The knock wasn't a knock. It was a full-on body thud against my door, the kind of impact that makes your coffee jump and your dog bark like hell. I half expected SWAT. Instead, I opened it to find the entire HOA board lined up like mall cops on parade, matching jackets, matching clipboards, and two renegade types in cargo pants. Before I could ask what violation this was about, a calm voice behind me stopped everything cold. "You'll be addressing me now," Grant said. Grant, my son's caregiver, ex-Special Forces, built like a walk-in bunker, stepped into view wearing tactical gloves and mirrored aviators. One of their so-called guards literally dropped his pen. See, I thought I'd bought peace when I retired to Whispering Ridge. 30 years in federal procurement taught me patience, taught me paperwork could strangle tyrants better than fists. But the real reason I stayed quiet? My son, Daniel. He came home broken, titanium in his spine, scars where no doctor should have had to cut. Sleep was a coin toss, pain a certainty. But we had a rhythm. Therapy in the mornings, chess in the afternoons, ribs on Sundays. Grant was more than his caregiver. He was his shield, his anchor, and frankly, mine too. The HOA hated it. First, it was petty fines, grass too tall, mailbox paint not beige enough, shutters too military. Brenda Holloway, pearls and Botox, smiled while telling me optics matter. Then came the real shot across the bow. Unauthorized cohabitation, their words. They wanted Grant gone. Called him an unrelated adult male violating some nonsense clause. Except the law was on our side. ADA accommodations, caregiver exemptions, federal protection. I filed the paperwork, copied zoning, county, even the commissioner. But instead of backing off, Brenda doubled down. More fines, pink tape across my yard, surveillance cameras pointed only at my house. That's when I started digging. And what I found? Holloway's Civic Enforcement LLC, her so-called security firm, was fake. No license, no bond. Just Brenda's husband running a backyard militia with clipboards. So we fought back, quietly first. Grant rigged hidden cameras disguised as birdhouses. We leaked footage of Brenda telling her board, "We need to squeeze them harder, make them uncomfortable. They'll crack." That clip went viral in the neighborhood forum. Residents who'd stayed quiet suddenly started whispering. The treasurer resigned. Then came my ace. Buried in Sycamore County's registry, a 1972 covenant, a land exemption stating no HOA, present or future, could govern properties built around the old Willow tributary, my property. In one brittle yellowed page, decades of their fines, threats, and bluster vanished. I waited, let them press harder, let them try one last power move. And they did. An immediate eviction notice delivered by 3 goons in fake uniforms, clipboards in hand. Grant stood beside me, towering. Identification, he demanded. They fumbled. He cut in. Impersonating an official is a felony under Title 18. You're on camera. Walk away now. They bolted. The next day, I dropped the covenant on every doorstep. Residents read it, eyes wide. They'd been lied to for years. And at the emergency HOA meeting Brenda scrambled to control, I laid it all down. Proof of her fraudulent company, financial ties, threats, and the covenant that stripped her power bare. One by one, board members resigned, until Brenda stood alone. She opened her mouth, stumbled, then finally choked out, "I resign as president of Whispering Ridge." The room erupted. A week later, Grant was voted interim president. He didn't want it, he wasn't political, but my son Daniel looked at him, steady and sure, and said, "You protected me when no one else did." And that was enough. Now the shutters are back up. The mailbox is matte black again. Our yard grows wild and free. And where Brenda's spy camera once sat, I planted a plaque that reads, "Property protected by legacy and law." Every evening, I sit on the porch with coffee, my son beside me, Grant keeping watch, not out of fear, but habit. And for the first time in years, peace doesn't feel borrowed. It feels earned. So I'll ask you this. If your family's caregiver was threatened by a power-drunk HOA, Would you fight back with the law or fight fire with fire? Drop your thoughts below. I'll be reading every one.